What is going on, everybody? Today, we're talking about another episode of Star Trek Con. And this episode, we're talking about episode 3. And that episode is entitled Do Your Worst. My name is Will, and this is the other host.
My name's Caleb.
And you're watching New Trek. Who dis?
Goodbye, 1966. Yes, the times are changing with new stories and sweet kicks, and Mr. Worf ain't dancing. Red alert, set phasers to fun. Incoming message, the podcast has begun. From Pike to Freeman in the mix, let's get our Star Trek fix. Paying homage to the classics. It's New Trek Who Dis. Who dis? It's New Trek Who Dis. Who dis? It's New Trek Who Dis. Who dis? It's New Trek Who Dis. Who dis?
So, Caleb,
Yes.
before we get into a spoiler-filled review of Do Your Worst, what would you rate this episode out of 5 deltas?
I'm going to stick with where I've been, Will. I'm going to stick with a 5 this week.
Excellent. Excellent.
Just is what it is.
Yeah, I definitely will give it a 5 as well. It was very enjoyable. Yes. Yeah, which I think makes it our official rating of 5 deltas between the both of us. Yeah. Pretty great. Yeah. So what would be your non-spoiler thoughts of the episode?
Well, Han is starting to crumble, and it's
Yeah.
getting good. I mean, it's
Yeah.
been good, but I mean, seems like we're kind of past all the hopeful stuff. He's
Yeah.
at war with City Alpha 5,
Yes.
and he's not too happy about it.
It really isn't. He
Mhm.
really isn't.
No,
Yeah.
he's lost 3 people in 2 months.
It's a thing where,
Well, actually 4. We're at 4 now.
well, yeah, at the end of this, which is a spoiler.
No, I didn't say who.
In general, I'm always trying to follow it and try to piece it together and, keep the story interesting and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
And, it wasn't bad. It was a little more, it was again slow paced like it was last week, where it opens kind of slow and it builds and it's getting to this point where you're like, okay, I kind of see where they're going. But honestly, they introduce a lot of stuff in the middle back half and mostly the back half. That's just stuff I never thought about when the movie was happening. Because anything that happens after Space Seed is who cares?
Yeah, right.
But now when the movie happens, you're like, okay, well, how did they get here? And just some of the stuff that they bring up and some of the stuff that they explore was very rewarding, and that's what made me push it up to a 5. So
It's the expectation of the ability that they have to write the history
right,
after the fact, and they're doing it very well,
yes,
which is very odd for Star Trek.
yes, that's true. It's
No,
kinda
it's just
Yeah.
so good, man. I don't know. It's just been so good. The voice acting is so good. It just leaves me wanting more, and I'm down for it.
yeah.
All the comments I read today, on it, were really great. People are really loving it, and I think everybody really wants to just see more of this stuff.
It's crazy that something of this medium is so popular and so well received and so well done for Star Trek. Not that Star
Mhm.
Trek is incapable of doing it. It's just more of the fact of it's only been a visual media for a long time.
Yeah.
They have books and stuff and comics, but still, by and large, it's this an audio format. I don't know. It just
Well,
I don't
I'll
know.
tell you too, the uphill battle that they had was that when they announced this, and you and I have talked about this before, when they announced it, we're just really,
Yes.
we're doing Khan again. But it's filled in a lot of questions that I've had, or filling in a lot of questions I've had. I've actually really enjoyed seeing the process
Yeah.
to the movie, and it also is one of those things where it could have been very bad because they're like, hey, it's about Khan. Let's capitalize on the fans of Khan, which, as I've heard, there are many fans of Wrath of Khan. It's
Yeah.
the movie.
Yeah.
So it'd be easy for them to use the name and capitalize on it and just write whatever they just some
crank something
garbage,
out.
you know?
Yep, yep.
And they're not. They really care about it.
And you know what's funny? And you and I talked about it on our other podcast, the Retrek review of how much Gene Roddenberry, right or wrong, good or bad, did certain things with Star Trek that caused issues in the show, whatever they
Hmm.
were. And his son, Rod Roddenberry, but he's involved. He is like a big executive thing, and normally you'd think, whatever. But he has this that Roddenberry archive thing that we've heard about a couple times.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I think is really doing some serious, really good work. And I think that this product that is being put out and their backing is a really good example of you should be letting those type of people running the show than whoever else has been
Mhm.
running the show. So, yeah.
At least people that care about the canon and source material of stuff,
Yeah.
original writers, people who were around or, involved,
I mean,
It
this
would
is
be hard to
also,
argue about anything that, the son of the guy who created it
yeah.
does. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think also another case in point of how much this shows that it works is this is the first that I can think of, and I'm pretty sure I'm right. This is the first time I can think of that of Star Trek series, even though it's audio, is the first time we essentially follow like villains,
Hmm.
right? Like there's no heroes in this story essentially. Like every series that comes up, it's like, well, it's these people and you're following these Starship people or Starfleet people. And it's like it gives more weight to the fact that this is a good series and you're essentially following like
Yeah,
people that don't really matter in the Star Trek universe in a sense.
because so much media nowadays is like, well, it's the side of good and it's the side of bad.
Right.
But now in this series, it's really making you question, like, was Khan and his people really that bad, or did they just want equal rights?
Right, right, right.
They went about it the wrong way, probably. But
I think also too, it's you and I have talked about it. I think also too, it is opening the door a little bit more on like, is should there really be a problem on genetically augmented humans? Like what is the issue there in Starfleet when you're hearing these people act like normal people? Yes, they're stronger and faster and smarter than the average human, but like, so what?
yeah, but so far the inhabitants of City Alpha have been given a run for their money.
Yes. So that's just like some conversation, but let's jump right ahead and get into some spoilers.
Recommend we go to Red Alert.
Red alert!
I appreciate this episode starting where they usually start with the historian
Oh,
lady going through tapes.
yeah.
We get to hear from Tuvok again, which is
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
Don't hear Sulu again, but we learned that he enjoys the sound of rain in space,
Yes, he does.
which is cool. But
Quite
it's also
cool.
a nice like, hey, like this isn't normal, but like this system of planets has storms in space.
Right.
Could be what caused this planet to suffer.
Right. And also, like, the fragments of the explosion of SETI Alpha 6 is still in
Hmm.
the solar system because, bits of it are still circling around, even though it's been like almost 3 decades. So
Yeah,
parts of the ship are getting hit by parts of SETI Alpha 6.
yeah,
So yeah, it was
which
wild.
is
And it was
cool.
also interesting that Tuvok said that, like, he was basically indicating that Sulu
Mhm.
liked it because it was like
It was like
calming his
soothing.
nerves as a captain.
Yeah, it's like being back here is affecting him for some reason,
Mm,
even though it was Chekhov that went down to the planet. But that's all right.
true, true. Yeah.
It is what it is. It's cool. I hope to hear. I mean, I'm sure we're gonna hear from him again. But
I can't imagine we won't.
yeah, I don't think that was it. Right? That was.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. I also like that you probably caught it too. I think his name is Naveed Andrews, the gentleman who voices Khan. In his first opening part of the log,
Mm.
where she's like listening to it and then it like becomes part of,
It's
like,
like a future telling of like,
yes.
yeah, however you want to explain it. It's kind of in the future talking about like he's talking to Marla after she's been dead, like that he's continuing on like what she taught them.
Right. And the thing I loved was that when he was talking, he sounded more like the movie Khan.
Kind
He
of
was
like erratic.
erratic. He was a little more gravelly in his voice and a little more like not stable, kind of. So yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah. This
It
is
was subtle, but
he's a great pick for this.
perfect picked.
Because I remember in Lost, like he had scenes where like he was going kind of mad,
Yes.
and he was great. And
No,
this is
he's
like
great.
I told you last week, when I listen to this and I hear him as Khan, I'm like, I I legitimately picture Khan.
Same, same.
It's like fantastic.
Literally, when he talks and when MacGyver's talks or McGivers, whatever, when she talks, I see those
Yeah,
two actors. And then for some reason, just because my brain is my brain, every time Ivan talks, I see Zangief from Street Fighter talking. Just that's just what I
yeah,
see in my brain. The rest of them, I haven't really assigned what they look like, but those three characters. Yeah, it
that's
was
really
pretty
funny.
wild.
What's the kid's name? I had it on the tip of my
Oh,
tongue
the
a minute
one who
ago.
gets injured?
Yeah,
Chris
Richter.
Richter, that's it, yes.
Yeah, it's like Richter, but there's also in camp. There's also like a Victor,
Something like that,
and
yeah.
then he's Richter. And the doctor lady that we were talking about before, who's
Oh,
kind of a jerk. Her name is Ursula, the
yeah.
Sea Witch. So that's like, she's good too.
They're all great.
Yeah, yeah. The
The
voice acting is phenomenal.
the thing that I really like, he tells that part of the story. We as the audience already know that Richter has this eel in his head.
Yeah,
And it's not good. And I like this part. There's a part they do it here and they do it later in the episode. He sees stuff, Khan sees like stuff in his ear, and he's like, is that dirt or is that blood? Like, did you
yeah.
fall? And then time advances, and then he's in the camp, and then it's like, so what are you seeing? Like, oh, well, he has a fever. He's delusional like a fever,
Mm.
and he's like, no,
And he
that's
said like probably hit his head falling out of the tree, but then he's like, no, it was there before the tree.
right, right, right. And I just
Yeah.
like how that put together like that.
The whole him finding Richter and then Richter freaking out,
Yes,
it's great. And then Khan gives him commands and he like obeys his commands. And I was like, that's really smart to like set this. Like, I really enjoy seeing like this is their first experience with the SETI eel and
right,
like what it does and like why, like, how
right.
did they know what this thing was and what it did? So it's cool to see it, right? Like, it's cool
Yeah,
to
totally.
have them experience it. And they come
Yeah.
across like a big snake or something out in the woods, out in the jungle on their way back.
Oh, yeah,
I was like,
yes,
that's the
yeah,
biggest serpent I've ever seen.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's pretty good. I also like that Ivan really hates Marla.
He does. He really does.
Um, Makes it known that like it's her fault because she told them to sleep under the tree. Yeah, and basically like if Khan's dead, like his first act in charge is gonna be like to get rid of her.
Yeah.
That traitor does not even deserve burial site.
She will die at my hands. Yeah, it was pretty wild. At first I didn't really understand the audio of what was happening. When was Richter scared of the snake, or something, the bug in his ear was causing him pain or
I think it's
something?
a mix. It's a mix of both, I think.
But I didn't understand the audio at first until he was like, "Get down from that tree," type of thing. I was like, "Oh, he's climbing a tree." I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, they do another thing like later in this episode where they like do a thing and you're like, man, that doesn't sound good. And then like the character has to legitimately be like, this is what happened. You're like, oh, but the other person was there. They saw it. So
yes."
that's for me.
Yeah, right. Yes, yes. Yeah, and then him telling him to get out of the tree and him like falling and breaking his ankle.
He jumped. No, he tells him to get out of the tree now and he jumps out of the tree.
Right.
Like he jumps out of the tree and breaks his ankle and he tells him to stand up and he stands up on it anyway. It's like, man, this is good. This is really good.
And he's like, "Oh, it hurts. I don't want to do this."
So another thing I picked up on is when Ivan like comes back into town holding that kid's dad,
Yeah.
everybody rushes over there and I go, okay. But I also get from that like they didn't bring the boar into town.
It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah. They just left it for whatever that's worth. Because later on when Khan makes it back, she says, do you want fish or fish? Implying that like that's all they've really been doing is like catching fish.
Right.
But I was like, well, didn't they just have a boar? But like, I guess, Ivan carried him back instead of bringing the meat back. So
Right.
that was interesting.
Yeah, and I probably nobody else could carry it, right?
Yeah. But that's what I enjoy. I enjoy that like we're getting to see these people be people. Like they care
Right.
about each other.
And the thing that was really cool too was like we got more insight into the size of the boar pig thing that like killed that guy, because they said, "Oh, this wasn't like normal like a boar attack. It was like something that's like a size of an elephant had like killed him."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay," because
In
now it's
Ashukacho.
like, Yes, exactly.
I told
I
you.
was like, okay, that makes so much more sense. Because like the audio of it sounds great, but I'm like, how is it killing a like an augmented man? Especially when Khan just kills it in like one or two hits, whatever he does to it. So yeah, it was interesting.
That's pretty good.
I'm interested to see where the like baby thing goes. I don't really know what that is leading to.
Yeah, it seemed like whatever Ursula was working on like worked
Right,
as far as like reproduction. So that's
right,
interesting.
right.
The other cool thing is that I don't know what the guy is, but he basically like rebuilt her scanner
Yes.
that Khan broke. He got scans from, I thought it was like a creature, like the noise they were playing. I thought it was like some big creature out in the jungle,
Yes, yeah.
but it was like, no, that's like the noise from like the solar system. That's like not good. And then
Right.
everybody was like, oh, that'll be billion of years before any of that stuff happens.
Yeah, I think he has like a scanner, and then he found broken parts of a communicator, I
Mm,
think is what he was indicating, and then
yeah,
was able to ratchet it like literally to like scan space.
yeah.
And I want to say, based off of what we know, that SETI Alpha 6 is perhaps already exploded. Because
Seems like it.
it's been, I think, like 60 days, I think is what the historian says. And there's a couple other things.
I think Marla's journal entry that she mentioned was like day 49.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
But anyways, this is cool. It's just like they're doing very good at like setting up like this is how they figured out the SETI eels. This is kind of they had an inkling that something was bad in space. You know, it's like it's setting up all this stuff and all this kind of like it kind of builds to all this hopefulness of SETI Alpha 5 being like their home. It's more like Khan is now like at war with the planet. And
right,
it's like,
right.
okay. Yeah, I was hoping that because of their augmentations, Richter would have been able to like fight the bug, the SETI eel in his head.
Oh,
He would
well,
have been able to like, because there's that scene where he's like, Khan's like, look at me, focus on me, breathe in, breathe out. And it seemed like he
oh,
was doing a lot better. And I was hoping that like he was going to be able to overcome the eel. And then
right.
that's how they would have figured out like what it was. But no, it seems like the autopsy that he didn't want to do, he decided that that's what they have to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, that scene confused me for a little bit. He attacks like his girlfriend.
Yes, yeah.
And you're just like, oh no. And then that's the scene right where they're like, he killed her. And you're
Yes.
like, yes, I was in the room.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's crazy, right? That's
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
It
But
was
I
pretty. I
really,
mean, it's only audio, but it was pretty graphic because she's like, "Why?" And then like you have no idea what he's doing to her, and it's like,
yeah,
yeah,
seems like he just broke her neck. But that scene with Khan talking to Richter and like saying that he was sorry,
oh
and it
yeah,
was his like he failed him,
yeah.
and Richter's like, it's okay, and then he just
I,
kills him.
I
It's like,
assume he
man,
crushes his skull or something.
he
Like
did
I don't know.
something bad. Yeah, he did something bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it was pretty nuts. Because also,
yeah.
it doesn't he? Is that what makes him go up the tree? Does Khan kill like the mother of one of those things?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Because he kills whatever it is, and then Richter like loses his mind and I thought then goes up the tree.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. But
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That whole kind of bit there is, I don't know if I was like in the middle of something at work, but like that whole scene kind of got lost in
mm,
translation. Like I don't really remember. I just remember him being in the tree and then him saying like that's the biggest serpent I've ever seen.
yes,
And that was kind of it. And then I don't know really. Well, I remember him freaking out in the cave. I
yes,
was like, I command you to come out of the cave now, Richter. I am Khan. I will
yeah.
burn SETI Alpha 5 to the ground before I surrender. Yeah, it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. That thing at the end where he's like, I'd rather burn this planet to the ground with me on it than ever bow.
Yeah.
It's like, man, this is good. This is really good.
It also, but
He's
again,
losing his
yeah, he's
mind.
losing his mind, but he's also it gives credence at the end of the movie where it's like he's been very bested, and he's just like, absolutely not. I'm not.
Yeah.
I will strike at the heart of you.
Even if I have to live on this planet of dirt for another 40 years,
Exactly.
I will wear a tunic and a necklace, and I will be burning with rage.
Now,
Indeed.
here are my two speculatory things. Obviously, Ivan puts his hand on Marla, and
Oh, that was pretty good.
she's like, unhand me, and
He
he's like,
doesn't want to see your face. She's like, get your hand off me right now, or I'll make Khan remove it. It's
and
pretty
he does.
good.
And then I thought, the way things have gone, I almost wonder
Um,
when they say, "Oh, she died within 6 months of being there," and that Khan thinks it's the eels or whatever.
yeah.
It's because Ivan killed her.
Perhaps somebody put an eel in her quarters.
Yeah,
That's a good. I'd be interested to see that. Yeah, he's very blunt, right? When he's talking to
very
Ursula.
blunt, very blunt.
We don't need to listen to that witch.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was like, I love the med bay
Yeah.
noises with the heartbeat.
Oh,
That was great.
get out of here. Yeah, even the old school like shh, shh,
Yeah.
the doors like
Yeah. And then the ending's kind of interesting too, right? Where they tell him to go get rest, and he's like, "No, I'm gonna go wash the disgust of the planet off of my body."
mhm.
And then Marla goes in, and he's like, "I don't wish for you to leave," and she's like, "Okay." And he's like, "And I don't have alternative motives." And she's like, "Well, even if you
I
did,
like that
I wouldn't mind."
he like cleansed himself in the lake for like an hour. It seems like he's like I could just fall asleep right here,
Him
but I
running
have
through
to
the
go
woods,
kill Richter.
him running through the jungle for 2 days straight.
Man, that's good. Yeah, I appreciate that too. I appreciate that it wasn't just like they split up. He found him immediately, and then he was right behind him. It was like no,
Yes,
he was gone.
he went some
Oh,
places.
the other bit I enjoyed is the kid whose father died.
Yes.
He has a moment with Marla, and Marla's like, "Well, why don't I don't know like what
Oh,
you believe in?" You know, he's like, "Where's my dad?" And she's like,
oh
"Well,
yeah,
his you mean his body?" And he's like, "No, he's asking more about like, you
like the
know."
afterlife or something,
Yeah,
right?
and she's like, "Well, do you believe in God?" Do you? And he's like, "No, we only believe in Khan."
Right,
It's like,
right.
oh,
What does
well,
that
then
mean?
your father is with Khan.
Yeah.
So,
And then, but doesn't he say at the end, like, "Is my father with my
yeah.
mother now?"
Yeah, right. And he was saying that he really misses her and that he hopes like that's where he is. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, are you angry with Khan? He's like, no, I can never be angry with Khan. I mean, don't tell anybody. Don't say it to anybody. Don't tell anybody I'm angry with Khan.
I didn't say it.
I didn't say it. I'm just a half human and his emissary.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that guy, that kid, is like the blonde-haired kid with the headband from like the main movie, who he talks to like the most in the movie. I think so.
That's cool. That would make sense. It's not Richter. I'll tell you that.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So another good episode.
Another really good episode. Yeah, do
And
your
I
work.
am looking forward to number 4,
Yeah, it should be
which
pretty
is
good.
already out.
Yeah, it is already out, and that episode is entitled Magical Thinking.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, we'll see what that leads to. But before we conclude this discussion, we have a comment on our episode of Paradise, episode 1, Paradise, and it is from my office.
Oh, God.
He says, I agree that when this was first announced, I wasn't excited at all. But having listened to the show so far, I was quite wrong. This first episode was a great start to the story. It helps to really make Khan a multidimensional character who isn't
Yeah.
just some evil madman.
Hmm.
I found myself really taken in and immersed by this episode. It was great to have Sulu and Tuvok make an appearance. Can't wait to see where this goes. Then he also gives it 5 deltas and says it's a
Oh,
fantastic start. And I think across the board, like you said, you saw public comments on the YouTube video for this, and
hmm.
I think everybody kind of went in like, whatever. Who
Yeah.
cares? Like, sure, we'll watch it, we'll listen to it, and go from there.
Yeah. We went in to see how bad they could mess it up, and then we stayed for the amazing voice acting.
Right, exactly. So yeah, it's I think it can only go up from here. And as we get closer and closer to Marla dying and SETI Alpha 5 becoming a dust desert wasteland, I think
Hmm.
we're gonna I'm just curious now. I think the last hooks are, how does he take everything that happened to SETI Alpha 5 and blame Kirk for it? I think
Yeah, I know. I'm interested to see that.
that's our hook. So
And I'm also interested to see if there's like any more like court proceedings after this to slander Kirk's name. I'm interested, like, if they really go down that path of like, no, since this was like off books, he knew that like Khan would be fine on this planet because like this planet was doomed.
It
Be
just
interested to see that.
yeah. It's just gonna end with this historian officer making the discovery that maybe Kirk didn't know what he was doing, and Sulu comes into the room.
You found out too much.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Tuvok.
Tuvok, clean up.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that we're making them like the Federation the villains. Yeah, that's great.
That would be just a
Dude, 10 out of 10. I'd be so down for it.
if that was the end story of Captain Sulu, was he is just some villainous monster. Yeah.
That's great. Good
So we
stuff.
appreciate everybody following us along. It's a new series. If you're, if you're 3 episodes in, you're listening to us and you haven't listened to it, I mean, just go
Yeah.
start
What are you
listening to it.
doing?
Exactly.
The heck are you doing?
And if
Huh?
you're enjoying it like we are, stick around. We're going to be covering the whole thing. I can't imagine it getting really bad. And I think even if it does get
No.
kind of sluggish, kind of bad, it's going to be such a small dip that it'll probably be a good ride
Yeah.
all the way to the end.
It'll be a 4, not a 5.
Right, exactly.
And look, stay tuned because next, Will and I this winter we're going to work on turning this all into live action with puppets.
I can't wait.
I'm not letting the puppet thing go. I'll never let it go. Okay.
So stay tuned for next time when we talk about Star Trek. Will it ever get old? I'll never tell.
There's